And tonight we are hearing from voters who say the short amount of time between the general election and the runoff is actually making it difficult to vote by absentee ballot. Some requested their ballots weeks ago and had a ballot issued to them last week, but they're still waiting for it to arrive.
All of the voters we have heard from are in Cobb County. Joe Hinkie spoke with the Cobb elections director today about this issue. Joe?
Well, Jennifer, Cobb's election director agrees the runoff window should be longer. She tells me it should be at least 5 weeks. The U.S. Senate runoff last year, for example, was 9 weeks long, but Georgia's recently passed election law only allows runoffs to now be 4 weeks long.
Rosalind Teo applied for an absentee ballot on November 14th, knowing she would soon give birth to her second child.
I now have delivered my son, so I'm in the hospital, and the response I've received is just that it's been mailed, but I haven't gotten it in the mailbox yet, and I'm just concerned about being able to vote in person, given that I'm still in the hospital now recovering.
And when her ballot arrives, Teo now feels uncomfortable mailing it back as it needs to reach the election office by Tuesday. 11 Alive has heard from other voters in similar situations.
We have to certify the other election. We have to create the ballot. We have to be able to print the ballot. Our soonest that we could get them out or start getting them out was the 21st.
Cobb election director Janine Eveler says Cobb issued 15,000 ballots on November 21st. Issued simply means a ballot application was approved on that date, not mailed. Some 11 Alive viewers we've heard from assume issued means their ballot was mailed, and after a week assume it is lost. Eveler says her office is in touch with the Postal Service and have learned of no delays. After being issued, a ballot still needs to be printed, prepared to be mailed, and finally mailed.
And that usually takes a couple of days after the ballot issue date is added to the system.
Eveler says herself and many, if not most, election directors ask lawmakers to make runoffs at least 5 weeks instead of 4 to help absentee voters.
The ballots going out and having enough time for voters, especially voters who are temporarily out of state or even out of the country, to get that ballot back in.
From the hospital, Teo also says runoffs should be longer to help absentee voters.
I would have had much more opportunity to either try to do it in person before I delivered or giving me more of that cushion so that I would feel comfortable mailing it back.
And Teo just texted me she received her absentee ballot and her husband will drop it off in person. And in Georgia, he can do that because if you physically cannot return your ballot, here's a list of people that can legally drop your ballot off for you. This could be important for some people because if your absentee ballot shows up between now and Election Day, Eveler recommends dropping it off in person to make sure it is counted. In Cobb County, you can drop off your ballot at early voting locations during poll hours or at the main election office, which will be open Saturday, Monday, and also on Election Day next Tuesday. Jennifer?
All right, Joe, glad she got that. Thank you so much. Don't forget, tomorrow is your last opportunity to vote early in the runoff election. If you need information about your voting location, text the word early to that number on your screen, 404-885-7600. We will send you a full county by county breakdown of early voting locations.